whoever your God is, why would they give you something that wouldn't you give the greatest burden to the greatest of thee? Yeah. Don't mom and daddy give the greatest burden to the most capable child? Hey, small business owner. Hey, sister. Hey, brother. Just in life, even if you're not in business, this is applicable to your life. Sometimes, in most instances, rather, your challenge is actually your blessing. We think that our impediments are a problem when they, in fact, are our opportunity. And it's the fact that we keep mischaracterizing what is existing amongst us as opposed to defining it as what is happening or intended to harm us is the reason why we cannot progress. And we don't understand that. Don't you we don't get that we're the most capable children. And that's why we have the burden. So that's how I look at it. Yeah. Who better than me? And if you made it too easy for me, it wouldn't even be a challenge. So bring it on.
You know it's time for you to walk in greatness. Let's murder mediocrity. Slay your goals, live out your dreams. Right now. Inspirational perspective. Open your mind to a better life. It's time to live your dream. Your purpose now. Inspirational perspective. Let's slay your goals.
Today, I'm going to give you all the opportunity to kind of tap in a bit to a closed-door conversation because I have my good friend, attorney Ernest Fenton, in the studio with me this morning. So good morning, brother.
Good morning, sir.
And this is a conversation that I would say normally you and I would be just satisfied to have alone.
Perfectly. I was satisfied to have the conversation that we've already had.
Right. We already have, right?
Yeah.
And by the way, I would say that's probably, I hate to say it this way, but the real closed door conversation because some of the things we talked about, we just can't talk about. Right. It just is what it is, but we just can't talk about it on the air, right?
Well, yeah.
We just can't. We could. But
it's the wrapping, it's the presentation.
Yeah, the presentation of it. There would be too much work to contextualize it for the audience. But the conversation we're going to have today is still a conversation I think you want to listen to. And so I'm going to take them back to the initial conversation we had.
Okay.
Before you went to these conferences, you gave me a phone call and you were like, heads up, brother. Like, I'm going here. This is what's on my mind. And I really wanted to go with you. But I had my humpback whale diving trip right in the middle of both conferences, given the fact that I was away from my family for a week for that. It didn't make, for me, I'm like, man, I just can't. I can't be away right before and right after. Right. Right before, if I'm not mistaken, you went to the InvestFest.
I did, in Atlanta.
That's put on by Earn Your Leisure. And if folks don't know who they are, you can check them out on Instagram. They're influencers, two brothers that are influencers. Obviously, InvestFest says pretty much what you need to know, and Brother Fenton's going to share a whole lot more with us later. And then after I got back, you then took your talents to South Beach.
Or Orlando.
Is that Orlando, not South Beach?
Orlando.
My bad. Orlando.
Yeah,
okay, so they moved it to Orlando.
Yep.
It's the
Vault.
To spend time at the Vault with Patrick Bet-David.
Correct.
And his cohorts. I'm excited for the audience to hear what you have to share about this. The first thing is, have you calculated how much money you spent on you had to know I was going to ask this question. Just give us how much did you spend on this investment of knowledge, including like airfare, Ubers to the airport, like if you had to round it out.
Right.
How much money did you spend on this investment?
I'll say it like this. Not a lot. Not that much, right? I'm about to say it. I'm about to say it.
Okay.
Not that much. Mm-hmm. InvestFest, let's say I invested $3,000. But 2.5 days.
All right, and then for the vault,
maybe 4,000.
And does that include airfare, hotel?
Yes.
Ubers,
3 days,
meals,
2.5 days. Yes.
All that. So $7,000.
Yes.
So $7,000 investment in your knowledge.
Correct.
Okay. All right. And I just wanted to contextualize this for listeners. They're like, why should I listen? Because in the next 2 hours, they're going to get as much as we can squeeze out of you. The $7,000 that you spent on your development, on your leadership development, on your entrepreneurial development, on your business development, they'll have the opportunity to get as much of that as possible in the next 2 hours.
But let me share this caveat. Mm-hmm. I fly well. And I hotel well, so you could have cut that down, maybe $1,500.
Okay, so we take out first class tickets.
Yeah,
and we take out 5-star hotels.
Right,
and that's so maybe 5,000.
Right,
maybe the average person would have spent about $5,000.
Right,
actually maybe $4,000. Airfare to Orlando, Atlanta, first class. Yeah.
Right.
Okay, I got you. All right, cool. So the average person can take advantage of this for about $4,000 to $5,000.
Yes.
All right, I got you. That's fair. Yeah. So $4,000 to $5,000, they can get this level of development.
Correct. Yeah.
And after having gone, would you say it's worth it?
Absolutely.
Okay.
Absolutely. Yeah. For sure.
So let's get into it. I'm curious, how do you want to start this? You want to start with context around these?
Surely. A lot of people may not be familiar with what the InvestFest is, nor was I. I had not attended the InvestFest prior. I know a lot of people had. I had seen it on social media. I'm, tangentially aware of Earn Your Leisure. Right. I've sort of seen the clips online, so forth, Instagram. Pat Bev David in the Vault Conference. I'm familiar with him. I've listened to his podcast. I see him on social media as well.
Valuetainment, by the way.
Correct, correct. Yeah. So the brothers at the InvestFest, young brothers who, I guess they are trying to cultivate the business, cultivate it and inspire and inform the, seems to me, the African American, people of color, small business community.
Got you. What would you say? So African American InvestFest, entrepreneurs, business community.
Yep.
How would you classify the Vault with Patrick Bet-David?
And I like to add aspiring business owners.
Okay, aspiring.
Small business owners, new startups, and aspiring business owners. The Vault Conference is more for people more mature business owners, people who are looking to scale, people who are now, they fashioned it as a conference for small business owners at every level.
Okay.
Right. But what we all have in common is we want to go to the next level. So let me help you go to the next level, no matter what level you are at.
Got you. Okay. So let's break these down. Well, InvestFest feels like it's more around your financials. Was that true?
I don't know. There were a lot of vendors at the InvestFest that dealt with financials. There were brokers, stockbrokers. There were individuals introducing you to crypto. There was a couple of people talking about estate planning. And then you had people selling jewelry. You had the guys making suits. You had folks set up saying, invest in Ghana.
Okay.
So you had a myriad, right?
Okay. And again, within that African-American, African diaspora lane.
Yes.
Okay, got you.
99% black folk.
Got it. 99%?
99% black folk.
Got it. Okay. What about the Vault? What was the demographic makeup of the Vault?
I'd say 3 to 5% black folk, 5% other, Hispanic, maybe 3 to 5%. I'd say 85% majority.
Okay.
People from all over the world, Australia. I met a couple from Africa, flew in from Uganda.
Wow. Okay. For the Vault. Did you meet people like that at InvestFest?
I believe there were one or two.
One or two.
But I didn't meet many people at InvestFest. I met a few.
Okay.
I met the vendors.
What would you say is the difference in the networking then?
It's a structured network environment in the vault.
It was structured. Okay.
Correct.
Okay.
Yeah. Earn Your Leisure, I left on the last. I didn't attend the last day.
Okay.
It was Friday. It was a Saturday, Sunday, Monday.
Okay.
Yeah, I didn't attend that last day. Maybe it happened then on that day. I doubt it.
Okay.
But the vault had a structured networking environment. They allocated time to network. So each day on the calendar, maybe with the exception of one, they had a day from 6 to 9 is networking.
Okay.
And then they assisted with the networking. It was catered, right? The networking experience, in that you go to the place where the networking is to occur.
Okay.
They set up tables, no chairs, no sit down, and right. And then they placed flags. So if you're interested in technology, here's a flag. If you're interested in real estate and investment, here's a flag. So you can go to the areas where people, with similar interests may be navigating around.
Okay. Got you. So if you're open to answer, you can say, I'm not going to answer that. But you left InvestFest early. Did you stay for the vault for the entire conference?
I didn't, but for different reasons.
Okay.
Correct.
You willing to share?
Surely.
Okay.
I'm here.
Yeah.
I'm going to let it all out. So let me tell you. Let me just cut to it because I don't want you all to lose it. I left Earn Your Leisure and it was a good festival, right?
Festival.
It was a festival, and I had to really put some thought behind that, and I'll circle back around.
Okay.
It was a good festival, but from the first 2 or 3 hours of me being at that festival, I knew that I could leave.
So hold on. Within the first 2 to 3 hours of the festival, you knew you could leave. What made you feel like I can leave this festival without staying the entire time?
Yeah, I think it appeared to me to be for individuals at a different level than where I believe myself to be.
Okay.
I think it's great for people who need inspiration, people who need direction, people who are like, I don't know where to go.
I see. So why don't you explain to the audience who you are, just in case there's someone who's listening who's like, what does he mean by that? Who is he? Who is Attorney Ernest B. Fenton, from a business perspective, if you don't mind sharing really quickly who you are and what you've done?
I thought about this too, I believe this morning, and I'm imagining a lot of people do know who I am, but let me just share. All I know is business. Mm-hmm. I was born to be a businessman. Mm. A lot of people, they know me as an attorney, and I sort of, right. My nomenclature is Attorney Ernest B. Fenton.
Right.
But the heart and soul of me, I'm a businessman. And I use the law sort of as the area of practice of my business.
Got it.
Okay. And so I've been in business since I was 23 years old. I started my first business I opened a store at Evergreen Plaza Mall in 1994, early 94, importing jewelry and artifacts and things from Nairobi, Kenya. I expanded to Mexico. I started importing sterling silver from Mexico in 1995, 1997. I had 3 retail stores in my early 20s. I started investing in real estate at 29-ish. I've probably rehabbed over 100 properties, but I don't talk about.
Right.
Started my law practice, marked from the ground up to where I am now. Right.
All right. So, and then that's 30.
I got 30
plus
30 good years.
30 plus years.
Entrepreneurial
experience.
Correct.
Okay. And that experience includes international imports, exports.
Yes.
That experience includes retail sales.
Yes.
That experience includes real estate development.
Correct.
Radio. Say all things real estate.
10 years on the radio.
10 years of radio as a media personality and an attorney.
Yes.
Who also has a variety of expertise in law.
Yes.
Okay. I think that's important for people to understand who walked into InvestFest.
Got it.
So that way they have context around what you share. Because there are some listening who have similar experience to you, and they're saying, oh, okay, I get it. Right? And even for me, I don't have as much entrepreneurial experience as you have. But I'm also kind of like, oh, okay.
Right.
So then talk about the vault. What was different for you with the vault?
It's higher level conversation.
Okay. Explain that. What do you mean by a higher level conversation?
So as a higher level conversation is a more catered conversation around business. It's a more strategic conversation as opposed to, hey, you can, let's make $1 million. You should look at crypto. Crypto is a great investment. Mm-hmm. You should start a podcast, right? It's more like, all right, you're in business. Let's talk about some strategies of building a team.
Team building.
Let's talk about team building.
Culture.
Correct. Culture is the number. You just nailed it.
Okay.
Right? Culture is the number one most important ingredient in building a business.
So they were talking about the DNA of the businesses you currently run.
Correct.
At the vault.
Correct.
Whereas at InvestFest, they were talking about, correct me if I'm wrong, what businesses you may want to get into and maybe what businesses you can start to make money.
A lot of that.
Okay.
But to their credit, there were some seminars. I do believe I sat in on one gentleman, who was having a conversation, not necessarily, about the DNA of wealth as one example. So I'm going to imagine that there were some others, but there were several sort of seminars happening at the same time.
I got you. Right. DNA of wealth. That sounds interesting.
Right.
Okay. What would you say were your top 3 takeaways from InvestFest? Because I have a feeling we're going to spend most of our time on the vault.
Number one takeaway is that Black folk are eager to learn and grow.
Okay.
That we have taken a step forward, if it is a step forward from my inclination. We've taken a step forward in terms of willing to invest in learning.
Okay.
Right?
That's a big deal.
Yeah.
That's a big deal. Now, do you think that this is because InvestFest is speaking their language, per se? Because there's always been conferences where you can go to learn how to grow your wealth. I mean, otherwise I wouldn't be here.
Right.
But most of those conferences the demographic did not look like me. I had to basically input myself.
Correct.
And figure out how to navigate those situations. And what I'm hearing from you is that InvestFest was 99% African American, so it made the African American who wanted to learn feel comfortable. And so I'm also guessing that in the process of recruiting people to come, they spoke a different language.
You know what? You sort of have you sort of raised a question that I knew that we would get to at some point, but I think it's very, it's a very significant question or issue topic to be discussed. And that is Black people go where they are comfortable. Well, most people go where they are comfortable, but we go where we are comfortable.
Yeah.
So at InvestFest, and let's get this out. There were, I think, reported 20,000 people who went to this festival.
Okay.
It was packed.
Got you.
Right? So, yeah, I think they speak the language. And let me tell you a large part of the language that I hear. And I'm not trying to assign this language strictly to InvestFest, but I did hear the language and more, but I heard it. And here's the language of not just Black folk, but a lot of folk. But here's our language that gets us. Let me show you how to be rich. Let me show you how to get some money. You say that to us and then flash some money, flash some semblance of success, drive up in a car, have celebrity, we show up. So it was certainly, and I'm not trying to malign because a lot of good was there, but I do want to get to a point a larger point for myself, and
Right.
I will be speaking for myself. Steve Harvey will be here, showing up in his suit, right, with security, and they're walking. Charlemagne the God strutting through. The relationships, the guys who are going on the tour.
It's this celebrity appeal.
It's that celebrity.
And it's a festival.
You play us a song. You tell us we'll help you I can show you how to get rich. Right? Mm-hmm. You flash a little money, some semblance of success, and then we'll show.
Now, did they deliver on the promise?
I don't know.
Because you didn't stay.
No, well, I stayed enough.
You stayed enough, okay.
I left before the last day, which is a shortened day.
Why would you say you don't know? I'm curious about that.
Yeah, because I don't know. Well, what I just said is what I believe it to be, right?
Okay.
In part, because I think they had some great speakers, and most important for me were the vendors, meeting people, real people, which I met some great vendors. I don't know what their objective is. Is their objective for that festival profit? I think oftentimes, right? Or is the I'm sure most people who put on me, when I do a seminar, when you do something, what's your objective? Is your objective profit, your intent, your primary intent profit? Or is your primary intent to be a prophet?
Yeah.
For
me,
your people.
My primary intent is impact.
Impact.
Yeah. Ripple effects. As long as I can cover the costs. For me, it's purpose and impact.
Right.
Yeah.
And brand.
That there is something in it for me that even if I break even at a conference or a summit or a master class, even if I break even, there's a brand impact that I'm okay with. That's good for the business. That's good for me. Right. So there is something in it. There is something in it for me as an entrepreneur, but typically the thing that drives me is purpose and impact. I want people to be better. I want them to walk away better. I want them to walk away in pause around the things that I taught in a way that actually informs them to make better decisions for their lives. Right. That for me is like primary.
Yeah. I don't want it to sound like I'm maligning the fest. I think that it's phenomenal.
Well, no,
I don't know if
this is real talk. I mean,
I don't know if we. I don't know. Other than the Black Women's Expo, like, have anyone ever quote unquote pulled that off in our community to have that many people?
Right.
I think maybe because they're relatively new, and I don't know what their business background is. Certainly, that festival was about profit, profit, as opposed to the Vault. They don't necessarily have to put on an event for a profit because they already are profitable.
Let's talk about the difference between the individuals that put on both conferences, because there's a very clear difference in net worth.
Right.
So, I mean, I think that's also the part that we can look at where I'm extremely proud of these two brothers, by the way. Like, extremely proud of them. And they are not on Patrick's level.
Right.
I mean, period. Like, they are just not. I love these two brothers. I mean, I followed them. I listened to them. But when we look at net worth and the impact that Patrick McDavid has, I mean, he has the pull to interview presidents, interview. You get where I'm going? Like, he can get top tier politicians, top tier billionaires, etc.
Right.
in his audience and also on his podcast.
I think this is the conversation for people. What's the purpose of the conversation and the contrast between these two events?
Yeah.
And I believe that the reason why it's significant is because they represent a microcosm of the struggle or the challenge that we have as small business owners.
Yep.
Right? So the InvestFest, they are neophytes, in the world of business, and they did a great job of presentation, 20,000 people. And then you have a Pat Bev David in the vault. That he's not a neophyte.
No.
He's at the upper rung, of America, if not the world, in terms of lower middle, top middle.
Yeah.
He's on his way. He's on his way to getting up to that rung. And so then he has a different level. He has different resources. He has different level of experience, and there's a different level of sophistication. And that is the necessity of having these sort of real conversations, because the same way the vault's point and purpose in large part was to assist business owners with getting to the next level, we have to talk about how we as black folk, small business owners, get to the next level.
Yeah, I love that.
Right? And not just with hype, and not just with celebrity, and not just with amorphous promises of wealth and rich. And that's where we go wrong. We have to we got to have a musician. We got to have Steve Harvey. We got to have.
But I'm gonna be honest with you. That's part of what it takes to attract us to something.
Well, that's why the conversation is necessary.
Yeah, I mean, because even when I was putting on summits, I felt like I had to have a comedian. I felt like I had to have some type of musical act to kind of, in some ways, blend in with the education I wanted to provide. To attract the person who otherwise would not come.
Right.
Oh, so-and-so's going to be there? I guess I'll buy a ticket.
Right.
And so what I hear you speaking to is that for those of us who are serious about business, who are serious about taking ourselves to the next level, we have to get to a point where that doesn't matter. What am I going to gain?
Right.
If I show up, what do I walk away with? That's what matters, because anybody who went to my summits can't remember one joke that Damon Williams told. They can't remember the joke.
Right.
But what they can remember is when you were on those panels talking about money.
Right.
I'm sure someone wrote something down that changed their money conversation and their financial future in some capacity. Jeff Lewandowski, Sheena Sapala, all in a panel talking about how you all handle your finances.
Right.
Like all millionaires sitting on that panel to share that. That was tangible. So what I hear you saying is we have to get to a point where we take ourselves more seriously.
Correct. And not go for the buffet. Like, I'm not here for the buffet. I don't want to have a conversation about, and I'm just going to go straight there because of time.
Yeah.
Listen, I don't need to have a conversation about relationships.
Yeah.
Listen, don't get me wrong. It's cute. It's necessary.
It's entertaining.
It's entertaining. I talk about it.
Yeah.
But hey, we should be talking about family, not relationships. See, relationships is a lower level conversation to family. And family is
but family doesn't get views. Family doesn't get clicks. Family, like, I'm just being straight with you, right? If I were to come against, like family doesn't get views, family doesn't get clicks. Like, that's not, and by the way, if you look at the African American community, then I'm not going to reach them if I talk about family, because most of them don't really have whole and complete families. And
that is the distinction. Excuse me, respect. That is the distinction between us operating in the InvestFest world, which is nothing wrong with it.
It's great.
And operating in the vault world.
So let's talk about the difference. And I want to get back to the top 3 things you took away from InvestFest. But what would you say was the difference at the vault?
The sophistication. See, there we're talking about family. He was talking about family. I promise you. We get together, we talk about relationships.
So instead of having a relationship panel, there was a conversation around family.
It was more than a conversation about family. But yes, there was a slight conversation. There was more than
it was woven. What I'm hearing is it was woven throughout the fabric of what you learned.
That part. That part. They are so entrenched and committed to the concept of family. They say it without saying it.
It's just a part of the.
They mention it, but more than mention it, they show you without making it, without not necessarily making it something that they're trying to shove down your throat or prove that they're showing you.
Yeah.
It's just is what it is.
Yeah.
As an example, the Pat had his son with him. Mm-hmm. He had references to his wife. Mm-hmm. He showed you photos. He had his crew. He had a team. They talked about how they support and assist one another, and it's there. And you had celebrities there, but let me tell you the difference about the celebrity. And I'm sure we'll come back around to the primary point here. Mm-hmm. Let me tell you the difference about celebrity. There were plenty of celebrities at the vault. Not one mention.
Wow.
And guess what?
He didn't use them to sell.
No.
And they didn't want to be, they weren't there to.
They were there to learn.
They were there to learn. Wow.
Are you following?
So they showed up all 3 days or however long, sat in VIP.
Sure, yes.
And
I saw one or two I had no idea was there.
Tell me who? Like
what's that guy? He's a sales number one. He was like, I'm the number one salesperson, starts with an E. It'll come to me in a moment. He's real fit. He said stage act with his white guy.
White guy.
White guy. There was
not Gary Brecker.
No,
not Gary Brecker.
No.
Anyway, we'll come back to it.
Yes.
But I get where you're going. So he was there to learn.
He was there to learn.
Got it. Never got up on stage.
No.
Interesting.
No. We parade our celebrities around. Now, don't get me wrong. He had some celebrity speakers. Martha Stewart.
Right.
David Falk. David Falk.
Yeah. Yep.
And Tony Robinson.
Okay.
But Tony Robinson wasn't there to be interviewed. He gave a presentation.
So Tony Robbins was one of his speakers.
He was one of the speakers.
One of the speakers. Okay. I got you.
I say Robin. Yes.
Yeah. So that's you shared a contrast, and I'm very interested in how those listening are digesting that contrast. I am very interested.
Those two festivals, I believe, are a microcosm of where we are or where we are not as a people, and the task or challenge that is before us, which is we need to become more sophisticated, right? Mm-hmm. You use the terminology DNA, get into the DNA of your business and your life. Mm-hmm. And it's a holistic process. That's another one of the three big pickups in the vault is that it was holistic, right? And it was catered. And then the other part,
So real quick, the holistic part. We were talking before we went on the air that when you walked in, you were sharing that there was a pull-up bar, and that Patrick Bet-David's record for pull-ups and members of his team, their record for pull-ups were, like, as soon as you walk in, health and well-being was right in your face.
Health, right.
Like, share a little bit about that.
So
just kind of round it out in terms of what you mean.
One of the first things you see when you were transitioning from one hallway, conference center to the main conference center, was a pull-up bar. Mm-hmm. And they were having a pull-up challenge. And so the host of the vault, Patrick Bet-David, he had the number of pull-ups he did. Then his team, Vinny, had the number of pull-ups he did. And then the other guy had the number of pull-ups he did. And then guys were actually taking off their suit jackets, doing pull-ups, as part of the competition.
Can we take a quick pause? Suit jackets.
Correct.
Was that the attire for the vault?
That was the attire.
In contrast to InvestFest, what was the attire?
50-50.
50-50.
Yeah.
And then you would say at the vault it was
90-10.
90-10. Okay. Keep going, please.
Right.
I wanted to just kind of drop.
That was part of the call. They were like, come, present yourself in the way that you want to be seen. Make your first impression, because there are going to be people here that you want to build relationships with. So I want to see who you are as that businessman. Show up like that guy.
So these men had to take off their suit jackets.
Yes.
Because that's how they wanted to present themselves.
Correct.
So they had to take off their suit jackets and get up there.
And do pull-ups. So fitness is critical. in the success of business. At a business conference. That's part of the holistic. That's part of the conversation that we need to have as business people. Are you fit? Because guess what? People want to do business with people who look good and who are fit. When you show up and you're looking fit,
that's not popular. Fenton. You're hurting my feelings.
All right, continue on. People want to do business with people who look good. People, and looking good in large part is a product of your fitness level. So when you show up fit in a suit or in your dress, sister, with your hair done, your skin shining, your teeth glistening, people want to do business with you. Who are you? So you gotta be fit. They understand that success in business there's a correlation to fitness and appeal and attractiveness.
Whew. Now, what you're saying is 100% true. So why is it triggering?
Well, that's because we're not sophisticated, and we oftentimes do business in our emotions. We're doing business off our emotions and our insecurity as opposed to our possibility. And that, again, is the difference, the microcosm of I don't want to keep saying their brand to suggest that they've done something wrong. They have not. It's just because I always say this, Linnell.
Yep.
There's no black business, but for lack of a better term, to be in business as a black person serving largely the black community, you can only go as high as your community. True. So the fact that they went that high with InvestFest is phenomenal.
It's fun. It's great.
Because you can only be as great as your customer. Okay? So in part, they are responding to the market.
Yeah, this is what your request of us. I mean, I need to do what the customer wants.
Correct.
Yeah.
Correct. And listen, it was a great time. But to your point, going back to your question, now that I've talked it out a bit more, did it meet its purpose? From their standpoint, I'm not going to speak to it. But I will speak to it from the standpoint of what is it that we need as black folk in terms of business development? A C. It's a C.
It's a C. Yeah. Okay. I got you. And when we're honest like that, it gives us the ability to actually take it to a B, take it to an A.
Correct.
Take it to an A+.
Correct.
And I think one of the things that we're not is a lot of times we hold our honest opinion or we hold our honest assessment because we say it's great that we had it. It's you know what? Let's applaud these brothers versus actually say, and at the same time, let's hold them to a level of accountability that you can take it to another level.
Yeah.
We're proud of you, but you can take it to another level.
Their effort was an A.
Yeah, effort was A. Yeah.
The turnout was an A+. Right?
Yeah.
The creativity and the audacity was an A+. But let's be clear here, to take a little sting off. I do stuff, I'm like, I'm a C.
Yeah.
And I'm okay with being a C. You don't want to be a glass full. We can't possibly be an A and be where we are in our state in terms of business people.
True.
It's impossible.
Yeah, and I want to just so that people understand, even in the conversation that we had, between the two of us on Sunday, we both got off that call saying we got to play a better game.
Facts.
We both got off that call saying we absolutely 100% have to play a better game.
Absolutely.
I want to circle back around to something.
Yeah.
People want to do business with folks that are fit.
Look good.
Something just clicked for me. One of the reasons that we have to spend so much money on luxury brands is because we're covering up.
Right.
We're covering up. We're trying to fix up what we know probably needs to be tuned up a bit.
Right.
And so I gotta have the Gucci scarf and the Chanel because
that's my look good.
That's my look good.
Right. As opposed to you looking good.
As opposed to me actually being
correct,
fully healthy, fully fit, and looking
correct.
Good. Because then
you can show up in a T-shirt.
That's all I need.
Right.
Yeah.
Right. And a blazer. Yeah. If she's fit.
Don't need all that.
All she has to do is put her hair in a little ponytail. She can just comb it back.
put it in a ponytail.
Correct.
And people don't want to do business.
Oh, absolutely.
Yeah, you're right. Wow.
I used to tell a friend of mine way back in the day, we'd go out or whatever, and then she'd want to make connections. She was a business person. She wants to make connections with someone, a mayor or something like that. And then she'd say, oh, I just met so-and-so, and we exchanged cards. I hope he takes my call. And then I walk away. I promise you, he'll be calling you Monday.
Yeah, no doubt.
Next thing you know, she'd be telling me Tuesday, you're not going to believe this. He called me. Oh, really?
Yeah,
of course he called you.
Yeah.
Because you look good.
Yep.
If she didn't look good, to it. Let's establish this. I'm going to imagine that 90% of the audience had earned your leisure. Well, we know they were black, but we also would imagine that they're like left-wing Democratic type of people, right?
Yeah.
The Vault Conference, I'm going to imagine, was 90% Donald Trump Republicans.
So that goes
Pat Bev David hangs out, quote unquote, with Donald Trump, trumpeted his call from beginning to end. And you asked the question, raised the question of like, and I stated being uncomfortable. We must learn to go places to learn and set our emotions and our differences to the side. Because guess what? You go to work every day, most of you, and you set your differences to the side because 50% of your bosses support people you don't support, right-wing ideology. And I don't want to talk about politics.
So to that point, and we're not going to talk about politics, but there was a lot of conversation about free speech over the last week.
Yeah.
Right? And I think people forget that the people who own these networks.
Correct.
So like Jimmy Kimmel has a boss.
Correct.
So the people who own these networks, that's their network. They get to make the call. It's not a matter of free speech.
No.
Everybody has a boss.
It's a matter of economics.
It's a matter of economics, right? And so I think this is where sometimes we forget how the game is played, that this is a game and that the game is being played in a particular way. And that if I don't know the rules to the game, then there's a ceiling to my revenue.
Yeah.
There's a ceiling to my revenue. And one of the reasons I've been willing, before there was an InvestFest, I was at conferences. So you would say, Linnell, why would you go and be uncomfortable? Because I had a vision that pushed me outside of my comfort zone. It doesn't matter. I remember when President Obama was in office. And I was at a conference, and someone came right up to me, and they were like, by the way, I was a minority there.
Right.
Right? Nobody looked like me. And they were like, interesting that you're here. You seem to be an educated young man.
Uh-huh.
I have to ask you a question, and this is like over lunch.
Right.
So what's the question? Do you support Barack Obama like that?
Right.
I said, 100%. And so we had a conversation.
Right.
And I didn't let it trigger me because I'm here to learn what you're learning.
Right.
I'm here to do the level of business that you're doing. By the way, this person that approached me was a millionaire. And even though we had different political views, we're friends to this day.
Right.
Owns a number of eye laser surgery locations in Arizona.
So let me put it simply. If I have not and Linnell has not, you need to get off your block and get out your emotions and your feelings 100%. And go to the places where you can learn.
That's all that matters.
Period.
That's all that matters.
Don't care. They can have Trump flags. Donald Trump could have sat next to me. I don't care. Listen. We're missing out on the very things that we need to meet the very goals that we say we're unable to as a result of people who impede our progress. But we have an opportunity to learn from those people to make them a non-issue, and we won't do it.
That part of the reason it's an issue is because we don't have the education we need to actually make it a non-issue as a community.
Let me go there. I hate to break this bad news to black folk, But white folk are more sophisticated in this game of business in America.
There's no question.
So I learned game at this Vault conference, and I know a lot of game. But they helped me shape my game. And the minute I got up, matter of fact, the same day I left, and the minute I got off the plane, and since then, I have been in the materials that I received from this conference.
And is this part of the material?
This is it. And I've been building my business. Hold on, Linnell. I've been running my numbers.
Put this in. Let folks see.
I've been redefining my target market. I've been forecasting my revenue.
Nice.
Liddell, I've instituted and shaped up my incentive programs with my staff. You understand what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. We just get back like, oh, that was a great event. Did you see Steve Harvey?
Yeah, no, I need I need my ROI though.
This is what I'm saying.
I'm away from my family.
This is what I'm saying. And this is not a knock against the fest. We're talking about us as people and our sophistication or lack thereof. We must level up. Let me just say it really plain if I have not said it plain. You're not good enough.
100%. Yeah.
You're not good enough for this challenge. And that's the reality. And so then it begs the question, okay, why and what must we do to meet this burden? Mm-hmm. See, we get stuck on the burden. Mm. The burden is what the burden is. The burden is, yes, there's a systemic system that is unfair. That's the burden. That's the game that you're in. Mm-hmm. Some people have red cards. Some people got black cards. Some people have face cards. Some people have...
Yeah, no doubt.
Numbers. That's the game.
How you going to play these cards?
How you going to play these cards?
How you going to play these cards? So... I got a question here that lines with this from Jason on Facebook, and he said, how does the role of politics play in comparing the two events? So you answered that. It's known that PBD, Vault, are Trump supporters. We answered that. Would that reality turn off black folks? I think what you said is typically yes, but we have to get to a point where we're willing to go, get the knowledge, and be uncomfortable.
It is turning off black people, and it's foolish. It's childish. It's immature. And it shows your lack of sophistication and commitment to the goal. Because if you are goal-oriented, I don't care who. If I need to save my child's life, I don't care what your politics are. We get caught up in our emotions. If I need to feed my family, Linnell, I'm going to work to dig that ditch for whomever is the foreman or the boss or the owner.
It's ill-informed anyway, because most of the corporations we work for, most of who's paying our checks, most of where our W-2s come from are from those
It's
supporters.
Hypocrisy, but I didn't even go there.
Yeah. So at what point do I step past that and say, what is my goal? What is my vision? And what do I need to do, whether it makes me uncomfortable or not, to make this happen?
And if you're there thinking about what their political leanings are, you're not focused.
Yeah, you're not focused. You're just not focused. Okay. All right. So I think we got that one down. Here was another question that came from YouTube. Attorney Fenton, sir, do we as Negroes in America need a law festival?
No,
we
absolutely do not need a law festival because we don't need singers and musicians. I mean,
hold on. Do we? Hold on. But do we?
Well, we do. We don't.
But do we? I'm being serious right now. But
no, we need a law conference. We need
but would they come?
We need a book like I've written. See, I've already written the book.
Yeah, but it's easy. Hey, it's easy.
One of the books.
It's easier to sell a book than it is to get people to read your book.
Got it.
How many people have bought your book and it's still sitting there?
Oh, a lot. Do we need a law festival? Sure, we do. Absolutely. Per se, but I would call it a conference. I wouldn't do the festival.
You get probably another 1,000 to 2,000.
That's okay.
3,000 people.
Guess what? Guess what? Hey, Linnell. It only takes 10% of us. I don't want everybody because I know everybody ain't ready for this. Everybody plays a role. So those who don't have the stomach to sit there next to someone they have a difference in political leanings, Fine, you don't go. Listen, you and I said it. I'm about to go there, but we're going to bring it back home. There were about 8,000 or 9,000 people at the vault, and this is not a knock. There were 20,000 people at the Earn Your Leisure. Which one had more power? Okay? I don't need...
Which one was more expensive?
The vault. But which one had more power? See, quantity ain't power.
Yeah, I got you.
Power is power.
Yep. Yeah. No, that's good. Here's another really good question from my brother Ariane, Slay Your Goals member. How do we make that advancement from the C level to the A level of business?
Let me share something. And Linnell and I have had this conversation. When did I get back? September 11th? I haven't been to a concert. I haven't been to a play. I haven't been to dinner. For 9 days straight since I've returned, I have been in my books. Saturday, did I do it yesterday? How many hours did I spend yesterday? I had a short day yesterday, and I only spent about 4 hours going over my numbers, forecasting the finances for my family, going over figures for a project that I'm working on. I'm saying we have to do the work. We have to cut out the fat, and we got to go to work. And that includes Saturday is a work day, and it includes Sunday. Sunday is a work day.
How dare you take my Saturday away from me?
No, it was a gift. Saturday was a gift given to you. Because Monday through Friday, the world is spinning. And on Saturday, that day is designed for those who are most committed to the cause. So the gift to those, the top 10%, we use Saturday and Sunday to run laps around those who think Monday and Friday are the days to get it done.
Now, let me give you all case in point. Attorney Fenton and I we talked 90 minutes Sunday. I don't know if you realize that.
Yeah, it's about, yeah.
We talked through the entire Bears game. Neither one of us were watching the Bears. And I'm saying this to make a point that a lot of people want to go to the next level. You know, brother Ariane was asking, how do I go from C level to A level? And part of it is, what are you committed to? Are you committed to the Bears, or are you committed to your own success? Like really taking yourself to where you want to go.
Right.
And then I found out later that they lost by a whole lot anyway.
Right.
Right. So instead of wasting my time watching them go up and down, it's like, let me have a productive conversation that's going to take me to the next level. Because when I got off the phone with you, I was fired up. And by the way,
I'm still fired up. I haven't stopped.
I was fired up. Right. I'm like, man, like, you know, just wow.
Yeah.
And I'll even say this, like, if anybody's triggered by what we've talked about just in this conversation, they don't even want to be the third party because like, how do we keep it real and how do we call each other out?
Let me answer his question in another way.
Yep.
Hey, sir, if I ask you about your business, you shouldn't have to tell me about your business. You should be able to show me without words about your business. It should be 80% show me, 20%
so
tell me.
What do you mean?
Show me your operating procedures. Show me your
operations manual.
Show me your operations manual. Show me your marketing plan. Show me your financials. Show me your tax returns. Show me your budget, your forecast. Show me your website.
And then when you talk about sophistication, that's what you're talking about.
Yes. Show me your estate plan. Show me your articles of organization. Show me your bylaws. Show me the amendments to those bylaws. So show me your the section about your human resources and how you hire.
Show me your trademarks.
Show me your trademarks.
Yeah. I'm following. And this is what you mean when you say we have to operate at another level of sophistication.
We do. Let me share this. I'm a lawyer, quote unquote. People think I'm a lawyer. Linnell, I'm not successful because I went to law school.
Yeah, no.
If I had not gone to, I actually think law school held me back because I think I would be way more successful if I had not gone to law school.
That's an interesting.
Oh, I know it for sure.
That's an interesting.
I know it for sure.
Yeah.
If I would have went straight to business,
I would have been exactly. I would have been exactly what
I would have been way more successful than whatever success I have now.
You went to Harvard Law.
I'd be way more successful.
Wait a second. You went to Harvard Law.
Yeah, they held me back.
I would say, if you get this, in the Facebook and YouTube stream, say I get that, I get it. If you don't get it, say I don't get it, so we can break it down. But let's move on, and we'll see what people say, because I want people to get that. I get it.
Yeah, and I know it for sure.
And I know that because I got kicked out of college, and it was the biggest blessing ever.
Yeah. Hey, people. Hey, small business owner. Hey, sister. Hey, brother. Just in life, even if you're not in business, this is applicable to your life. All of these lessons, as in business, is as in life. Hey, sometimes, in most instances, rather, your challenge is actually your blessing. We think that our impediments are a problem when they, in fact, are our opportunity. And it's the fact that we keep mischaracterizing what is existing amongst us as opposed to defining it as what is happening or intended to harm us is the reason why we cannot progress. And we don't understand that.
Can I give an example? Here's the example. Because I didn't have a bachelor's degree, I didn't have an expectation of what I was supposed to receive. So I was like, I have to get out here and build.
Correct.
I have to be covered in drywall on Friday nights. I don't have the space to go have a drink after my 9 to 5.
Correct.
Because there were I knew no one, I didn't have an expectation of what was coming to me. And what I noticed with a lot of my friends is that because they had a degree, there was an expectation.
Correct.
In fact, I've lost friends who got their degrees and looked at me and said, you should not be where you are.
Correct. How are you
I did it the right way.
How are you doing better than me?
You did it the wrong way. I can't even be around you.
Correct.
Like, someone actually told me it's difficult for me to be around you.
Correct.
Because I went to school, I got my bachelor's. I went to school and got my master's. And I'm still not getting what I expected.
But you know what the problem is?
Yeah.
Number one is, not the problem. The difference is one, mindset.
Yeah.
See, you redefine, that situation. Most people would have defined it as, well, I'm not going to achieve because society told me. You took the same set of cards. And what you did was you said, oh, with these cards, that means I really must get out there and hustle.
I got to work harder. I gotta go get my education.
Correct.
Since I messed up my scholarship,
correct,
I got to go get my education a different way.
Yeah.
Yeah. I got to get in these books.
So it's mindset.
Yep. Yeah. That's what it was. And for me, it was like this. I have to be successful.
Yeah.
Like, I have to be. And so if that wasn't the route, then I got to figure out another route.
Yeah.
And I never expected a raise. Because why would you give me a raise? I don't have the credentials. I never expected a promotion. Why would you? So I have to work for it to the point where I bring the value where if you don't, you lose.
Yeah. And that is not, here's the thing that I had to learn. Although I was pretty much born with it, but there were moments in my life where I saw it slipping. But I'm back now, which is this. I embrace my burden. See, we say we're not getting into politics and talk spirituality. Whoever your God is. Right? Mm-hmm. Whoever your God is, why would they give you something that wouldn't you give the greatest burden to the greatest of thee? Yeah. Don't mom and daddy give the greatest burden to the most capable child?
That's what happens. Typically, that's what happens.
So don't you wonder? We don't get that we're the most capable children, and that's why we have the burden. So that's how I look at it.
Yeah.
Who better than me? And if you made it too easy for me, it wouldn't even be a challenge. So bring it on.
Yeah. No, I like that.
Yes.
How do we need to begin thinking to take ourselves to another level, especially when it comes to business?
I need you again. I need you to write it down. I need you to get out of your head, and I need you to put it on paper. And then I need you to format it. I need a table of contents. I need you to break it all down. I need you to break down what your mission is. What are your objectives? As Linnell talks about, I need you to put a time frame on it. I need you to put a date next to it. Right? I need you to sit down with someone who's one or two people who are one or two steps ahead of you. I need you to pick up the phone and put your pride aside and say, I need help. Can I take you to lunch? Can I show up and just have a 15, 20-minute conversation with you? Can you look at something that I have? Right? I need you to be honest about your finances. I need you to print out your credit report. I need you to look at your bank statement. I need you to look at all that bad debt, that credit card debt. I need you to look at your poor habits. I need you to take accountability for you not working out and eating garbage. I need you to get internally healthy because you cannot possibly be successful at the level that you claim you desire to be as your unhealthy self.
Yeah, no.
It's impossible.
It's impossible. Yeah.
I need you to cut some people off. I need you to rekindle some relationships that you should have never broken or create some. I need you to go in silence. I need you to be quiet. I need you to read. I need you to listen. Right?
That's a high cost, Attorney Fenton.
That's what it takes. And I need you to stay in the house, not for a weekend, but for a month or 2 or 3 or 1 year or more.
Or more.
Or more. Your cousin was locked up for 2 years, 5 years. We can do time. A black man can do time. I'll do that time standing on my head. We can get locked up in a cage, but uncaged.
We can't.
No discipline.
No discipline. That's crazy.
We can go without sex for years or months in a cage. But we come out here and we can't control ourselves. We can't control our penis. No penis control. So black men, I need you to concentrate. 1 woman or no women, not 2. You get 1 or 0, not 2 or 3.
I just had this conversation with a brother who called me up and he was like, I'm struggling. He said, man, I'm struggling. I'm not focused. The first thing I said is, how many women you dealing with? First thing I said, how many women you dealing with?
Yeah.
He was like, that's part of it. I said, get 1. You don't got to marry her, but you got to cut the other ones.
Correct.
Get 1.
The greatest distraction.
Get 1 woman. Get 1 woman, okay? Get 1 woman. And be honest. Hey, I'm focused on my business. I'm building. And as I build, you are going to be my support. My physical, if it's just physical, tell her. My physical support, right?
Correct.
And how can I enroll you in that? I told him, be honest, but deal with 1 woman and your focus will come back.
Correct.
And I said, and if you really want to skyrocket, let them all go. If you really want to skyrocket.
Oh, my God.
He was like, all right, give me the game for 1.
Yeah.
And I'm just like, wow.
Yeah.
You don't want to skyrocket?
Yeah.
But you're right. Most of us, we are arrested by our vices.
Correct.
Which is why we can't create what we intend to create.
Drinking.
That's a whole
smoking.
Man.
You want to drink. You want to drink. You want to smoke. You want to get high. You want to go to all the birthday parties, bar mitzvahs, Tupperware events, and you want to be successful. You want to eat garbage, not go to the gym, not be healthy, not juice, really? And you want to be successful, and you're a boss.
And here's the thing, my wife and I haven't really been out on we go out for dates, but I mean out and about in the
right.
Chicago social scene. If you are wondering why, you just called it out. Top 3 takeaways from InvestFest.
Black folk are hungry. It was a beautiful thing to see. And we're capable. Brothers did a phenomenal job putting that together and building a community such that they can get that number out. And they thought big, right?
Yep.
So they thought big. That's okay. Fantastic. Great vendors. I went to the you said InvestFest?
Yeah.
Okay.
InvestFest. Yep.
I went there because of the vendors, and I wanted to see how they set up the operations. Right? Definitely not for celebrity. I don't do celebrity like that. So I went around and spoke to the vendors, and I met 5, 10 phenomenal Black small businesses, 3, 4, 5 of which I need to follow up with, phenomenal.
Got you.
And so that's that. I think that's it.
Okay. So those are the takeaways from the top 3 takeaways from InvestFest.
Yep.
All right. What are the top 3 takeaways from the vault?
But the vault was more tactical.
Explain.
Right? So the vault will impact me different. The InvestFest was like you see your niece or nephew or your child and you say, oh, they did a good job. And you feel good. So I felt good. Let me be clear. I feel good. With the brothers are phenomenal. Yeah. But it doesn't feed me per se. Right? It's just a feel good.
It was an emotional experience.
It's just an emotional experience.
But you now like you didn't walk away with the building blocks.
No. I don't think that's for me. Maybe it's for people starting out.
Gotcha.
That ain't for me.
Gotcha.
Okay.
Okay. 30 years in business, 30-year entrepreneurs.
Yeah. No.
Okay. Got you.
So you go to the vault. I always start with organization. So, right? Their presentation was impeccable. The facility was impeccable. Right? The Gaylord Palms Resort, impeccable. Their branding was impeccable. Like they took over the entire resort. They didn't just have a fest with the facility. They basically took over the entire resort.
The resort was the vault.
The resort was the vault.
Wow.
Right? On the floors, they're branding in the windows. They spent the money, the team, the security. Right? They didn't have 100 vendors. They had like 7 vendors. It wasn't about the vendors. It was about the education. It was about the knowledge. It was about taking you to the next level. Right?
Were they external vendors or internal vendors? Like
external.
External? Okay.
External vendors.
Okay.
Partners. Not vendors. Not vendors. Not vendors.
Partners.
They had partners. Okay?
So these are folks he does business with anyway.
There you go.
Okay. Partners.
Then they gave you a book and they let you know what it was like school.
Yeah, give it back to me again.
And we start on lesson 1, right? And it is, what is strategy for you?
First page, read that. First page, read that. I saw it.
What is strategy for you?
They started with strategy.
It's up there. It's up there.
With a chessboard.
Let's start here. They started with, let me see here. Welcome page, build your legacy. These are the partners.
Legacy conversation.
Legacy conversation for sure. Clarity.
Why are you here?
Clarity. They started with clarity. Why are you here?
Why are you here?
And we spent an hour or 2 on why are you here? Elevate my personal and team's capacity. Man. I'm someone who is lost and I'm seeking redemption. Why are you here?
So you walked away, bought 2025.
Yeah, with a game plan.
6th edition.
Correct.
Man.
And hey, let me repeat this if people didn't hear. When I left there, Linnell, and I'm not mad at it because I'm about that life. I'm like, oh, Fenton, you need to raise your game, sir. You raggedy in some spaces, sir. You're a C player in some spaces, sir. You need to go back home and get your life right. You need to go in your office and clean it up.
You told me that, yeah.
Yeah. I got papers on the desk, and I'm not. If you went in my office, most people look at my office and go, "Oh my God, you have a beautiful office."
Yeah,
that's the first thing out of everybody's mouth.
Right.
But in my head, I'm like, "But do you know what that paper is right there? If you don't know what that paper is right there, you're not together, sir. Why are your files not all organized and labeled? Why do you have this picture on the ground? Why is it not hung up? Why is your picture of you and your wife crooked, sir? Get it together." Why do you got a low battery signal on your mouse, sir? Go get it together. Why are your chairs not matching, sir? Get the chairs matching in your office, sir. Go in and work your details. We don't get into the details, Linnell.
Yeah. Yeah. It reminds me of Dr. Jordan Peterson. One of the first things he says is, you want to take yourself to the next level, go clean your closet.
Clean your closet. So I'm like, I got to go do some work. And I've been working. Know your numbers. Do you know your numbers?
Yeah.
What's your CAC?
Yeah. Customer
acquisition costs. I figured it out with my staff. Thursday. I sat down and said, how much does it cost us to onboard a new client? I did the math. It came out to about like $287. You got it?
So now you know.
Now I know.
Yep.
How many clients do you get every month on average? What are your slow months? Did you look back at your last 3 years? If you have not done that, you are not prepared for the success that you claim you desire. Period. End of the conversation. Stop saying the man is doing it to you when you're doing it to yourself.
You're not clear.
You're not clear. You haven't done the work. And the man ain't stopping you from doing the work. The Bears game is.
There we go. Because that's 2 hours, 2-3 hours.
Yeah.
Things can be handled.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We don't want that work.
We're committed to the wrong things. And if you, and take this, I'm a Chicago Bear fan, but if I'm committed to losers, why I'm mad if I'm losing?
Yeah. I watch the Bears game. I'll watch it today. But while I'm watching it, I'll be looking at my numbers.
There's no way you get my full attention.
There
is no way.
That part.
There is no way. They get
while we're
attention.
Watching the Bears game, my wife will be grading papers.
Yep.
She'll be cooking and watching the game, or doing something, washing clothes, and I'll be going over numbers while I watch the game.
Yep. 100%. That was one thing from the ball. Clarity.
Yeah.
Number 2.
They gave a phenomenal framework for team building.
Okay.
How to build your team, and what does your team look like? You have I think they gave 3 or 4 different tranches of team players. You got team players who are underachievers, and if you have a large organization, they'll try to hide. Mm-hmm. So if you're in you may have I have a small organization that I've had people try to hide.
Yeah, within a small team.
And we sort of had that. Then you have people who they just meet the standard.
Mm-hmm. They do just
enough not to be fired.
Yep.
And then you have people who are overachievers. And then they said, well, how do you spot these people? What do you do? All right, get rid of your underachievers. And then how to get more out of the people who are just meeting the standard.
So what do you do with overachievers?
I'm glad you asked, sir.
Mm-hmm.
Hey, let me tell you how I changed my business recently. What I just instituted. I incentivize my people financially. I cut them in. So, I'm like, all right, if I hit a certain benchmark, my people get a check. I cut them in. And then I started sharing more of the numbers. And even when I went over the acquisition costs, now they understand.
Is this everybody or is this the overachiever?
It's only the overachievers.
Okay. I wanted to make that
Everybody in my office doesn't get a check.
Gotcha.
And they don't really know.
They don't know what's happening.
No.
The overachiever knows.
They know.
Uh-huh.
They know. I say, and now when I say stuff like, hey, we're a little bit down this month, we got to pick it up.
Overachiever's like, I'm not going to get my
They
check.
start making calls and sending invoices.
Yeah. And the person who's just getting by is thinking, I guess I got to stay to 5.
Correct.
And
right.
And the underachiever's trying to hide the entire time.
Correct. So here's the deal. If you even have 2 people, 3 people on your staff or team, if they're an overachiever, incentivize them, cut them into the pie. Mm-hmm. Give them 2% of profit. If your break-even point is $10,000 a month or $15,000 a month, you tell them, I'm going to cut you in on 2% of every dollar beyond break even. You don't have to tell them. You don't have to tell them what break even is. Mm-hmm. I told my people. I'm like, listen, we don't make any money in here as an example. I don't make any money until I make $15,000, $20,000.
Because I got to pay y'all.
Yep. I got bills. That's zero.
Yeah.
Then I got to pay me. And then from that point forward, you get 2%.
So what I want everyone listening to do is if you're an employee or even if you're a contracted employee, right? I want you to throw yourself, like, objectively as best as you can into those three categories. Are you the underachiever? Are you the one that just gets by? And by the way, let me talk about the one that just gets by. Most of them are shocked when they get let go.
I had no idea.
They had no idea it was coming.
Yeah.
But the reason they get let go is because the owner of the business finds someone who has the capacity to overachieve in that area.
Right.
And so they have to let you go. They have to.
Correct.
For the good of the business.
Correct.
And so you have the ones that just get by, and then you have your overachievers. And by the way, most folks are going to want to put themselves in the category of overachiever. But let me tell you, Attorney and Fenton and I both agree on this, that if you're an overachiever, you've been told already.
Yeah.
If you have a good leader, they've already said, hey, I appreciate you. I see you. And you probably got a bonus at some point.
Right.
You probably got a little bonus where they just cut you in on something. You're overachieving. You don't want to leave that situation. And if you haven't got a bonus, probably just getting by.
Yeah. So the lesson to be learned is one of the best investments you can make is in your human resources, into your team, into your people.
That's lesson number 2.
Yeah. Well, it's not lesson 2. That's
Yeah.
They gave you frameworks. That's just one of 1,000, one of 200 frameworks. Here's another framework. To reach your capacity, you're going to have to compete up and not be afraid. Seek to beat your prior best in all areas. How to level up, right? Leveling up means starting over at the bottom. I heard T.D. Jakes. One of the most profound things I've ever heard was from T.D. Jakes. And this lesson probably is from T.D. Jakes or wherever T.D. Jakes got it from. Now, let's be clear. They took stuff from people because I heard some of it.
Yeah.
And maybe they didn't give credit.
Yeah. The best teachers do.
Right?
Yeah.
Right? I'm sure Jim Rohn is all in this book. You get what I'm saying?
Oh,
they
yeah.
didn't reinvent the wheel,
Right.
but they just put it together.
Mm-hmm.
T.D. Jakes said that life is nothing but a series of tens. As a child, you start out counting 1, 2, 3, 4, and then you make it to 10. And once you get to 10, you have to start over. And you start over with 11, 12, 13, and then you hit 20, you must start over again. 20.
21.
Then 1, then and that's how business is. And not only is that how business is, that is how life is. And the people who are stuck are people who do not want to start over. They make excuses when they hit their ceiling because they think the ceiling is limitless, as if there's no 1 behind the 2 or 3 or 4. There's always a 1. You have to be willing to start over. In fact, embrace this. I love starting over, Linnell. Bring it on. Bring me something new. Bring it on.
Yep. So what would you say is, in terms of where your mind has been swimming as a businessman, the third thing that you took away from the vault? That you've really been contemplating, you've been thinking about in terms of how you look at your business, you've been trying to put this lens on. What would be that third thing? As
strange as it may sound, I'm going to circle 2 things. Number 1, technology is everything. Technology and systems are everything.
Ooh, systems. Let's break that down. Which one you want to start with?
Go with systems.
Let's go with systems.
How do you approach your day? What is your system of approaching your day? What is your system of when you walk into the office? My first system is I walk into the office, I put my food in the refrigerator first, I open my door, I sit at my desk, I take my ring, hang up my bag, I sit at my desk, I turn on my computer, I check my numbers. First thing I do, I check my numbers.
Man, let me tell you this. This is to the Slay Your Goals members. If you're curious about how 2026 is going to change, systems have hit me in 2025 like nothing else. And the biggest change you're going to see to the membership is this conversation around systems.
It's all about systems.
Systems.
It's all about systems. You may make a better hamburger than McDonald's, but you will not
have that system.
You will not make more hamburgers than McDonald's. You will not have more locations than McDonald's. You will not have more awareness than McDonald's. You will not have better systems than McDonald's. You will not have better consistency than McDonald's.
Because of their systems.
Because of their systems.
Because of their systems. That's the it's taken a minute for me. But so one of the things I've been thinking about is, okay, how have you been able to consistently handle certain things? Let's just look at health. Like, Linnell, how have you been able to take care of your health the way you've been able to take care of your health despite my injuries? Because I go down. You know, I'm playing basketball. You remember, like, I had the groin injury. I could barely walk, right? How, even then, you came back. Now I'm playing again. How have you been able to do those things, and how can you teach other people? And I've been really thinking about that. Same thing financially, et cetera. And it clicked for me because behind every goal I have a system. Every goal has a system.
But what is a system?
So a system is, tonight, before I go to sleep, everything, all my gym clothes will be laid out. My wallet will already be in my gym bag. My shoes will already be in my gym bag. My socks, my shorts, the T-shirt I'm going to wear, all those things will be laid out on the table in the room that I get dressed in for the gym. It will already be there. My keys are there. Everything that I need. So all I have to do is walk to that area in the morning. My eyes are still half closed. The system is get up at 5:05, right? Alarm goes off, no snooze. Brush my teeth, throw water on my face, wipe my face off, go into the room, put on all the clothes I laid out the night before. Pick up the bag because the bag's already handled. It was handled the night before. Okay, my keys are already in my pocket because they were on it, and I get in the car. I can do that in 15 minutes. Get to the gym by 5:35, 5:40. Go through a system of stretching out because I'm 49 now. I can't just run out there with them fellas, right? I got a whole system, and anybody that's at the gym with me they see me go through my knee ups. They see me go through my kicks. They see me go up to and hang from the bar. I have a system. How you not get injured? You're not afraid of injury? I have a system.
What's the benefit of the system, though?
The system keeps me at my peak in terms of my health and well-being. That's the benefit. It keeps me clear. It keeps me focused. Here's the other benefit of it. I can go, just like you did. If I was at the vault with you, I'm going to be there next year with you because I know you're going back, right? I can do the 8 to 10 p.m. like you and be focused the entire time because of my systems.
A lot of people think that they could just roll out sort of approach the day in a haphazard way. They don't really have any structure around their day. One of the things that I learned at the vault, again, that's why I'm saying DNA, back to DNA, is I keep a calendar. I have an operations system in my office, right, for all my clients and so forth.
That's a system, yeah.
And a calendar.
Yeah, system.
But one of the lessons, frameworks that were provided by one of Pat's team partners, is he said, there should be no gaps in your calendar. So I have court. On my calendar, it'll say 9 a.m. to 10 a.m. court. Then it'll be a gap. Then it'll say phone call, potential client, 11:30 to 12. Then there's a gap. Then at 1, it'll say client coming into office, 11 to sign estate planning documents, 11 to 12. But there were gaps. He said there should be no gaps.
Wait. What do I fill it with?
He said after court from 9 to 10, from 10 to 11, you fill that with it. You fill that time with quiet time to work on a pleading. Return 5 phone calls. You give yourself something, a job in the gap. There should be no gaps.
That's phenomenal.
I know.
That's phenomenal.
I said, say less. Say less.
That's phenomenal.
There should be no gaps.
Every hour, every minute should have an intention.
It should have an intention.
I got what I needed today. I got it. If nobody else got what they needed in the last 2 hours,
that was
I got exactly what
that was Tom. That was Tom.
No gaps. Say, you know what I'm working on today, not tomorrow.
Filling all the gaps. Because what happens when you have gaps? You start wandering off. So you're losing the efficiency that you created. By the 3 or 4 things on your calendar, they're lost. Because then when you finish with the court, then now I'm looking around. Okay, now what's next? No, you should know what's next. I told my staff, listen, every day you place on the calendar when to speak with me. If it's not an emergency or a high priority, we place on the calendar when we'll speak. Now, if you need my assistance on what you're working on your calendar, then you speak with me. Here's a system. Let me help you all with this. Hey, brother. Hey, sister. Don't call me on my cell phone. You know where I'm at Monday through Friday.
Call me at the office. From
8 a.m. to 4 p.m. Don't text me, my niece child. Don't text me because you're distracting me. These are people you have access to me. Don't abuse it because I should only get a text if it's an emergency. If it's just something you need to talk about, you need my assistance, call me at the office and get on my damn calendar. Brother, sister, niece.
Hold on, Fenton. Hold on.
I don't respond.
No
response.
But I'm your family.
No response.
I love it.
Why haven't you called me in a week? I've been trying to reach you. No, you haven't. You've been trying to call me. You haven't been trying to reach me.
And if you respect my system, then you will use my system.
You'll use my system.
If you respect me, then you will use my system.
And the reason I'm able to help you is because I have the system. But you want to break the very thing that has allowed me to assist you.
Wow.
So you trying to bring me to where you are as opposed to you coming up to where I am. We're not doing that. Then that'd be a lack of integrity on my part. Yeah. I'd be teaching you bad lessons, son.
Yeah.
No, sir. You follow the system.
Yeah. Man.
That part, people. Your own family. You have to fit your family into your system.
Hey, otherwise they'll wreck you.
They'll wreck you.
Yeah, otherwise they will wreck you.
Yeah.
And I love you, but I'm not going to let you wreck me.
No.
I'm not going to let you wreck me.
If it's an emergency, if you're about to jump off a cliff, call me.
Yeah.
Anything short of that.
What about Marissa?
She'll text me. And
I think wives are the only ones that usurp
even my wife thinks about it. She won't tell me about a bill unless it's an emergency. Like, oh, you missed something. But like bills, if I walk into the house, my wife won't put a bill. I won't walk through the door and she'll give me a problem. Don't give me a problem when I walk through the door. If it's a bill or something, I'm not going to I don't look at bills at 5:00 at night. When I wake up in the morning, it'll be face down where I pick up my keys.
Got you. Oh, she'll have everything there.
Correct.
So then, here are the things you need to look at today.
There you go. When I'm headed to work, not when I'm coming in from work, because I'm not going to do anything with it. Yeah. I'm done for the day.
Yeah. Man, this was good. Thank you for watching Inspirational Perspective. If you love this show and you want to see more content like this, you can go right here. And if you like this subject and you want to see much more content that we have available for you, just click the button here. As always, thanks for watching. Be sure to watch the show live, 7 a.m. every Sunday morning on WBON Radio, or you can catch it right here on YouTube or Facebook.com/Coach Linnell Harris. Be sure to hit that like button. If you haven't already, be sure to subscribe so we can get more content just like this to you.